I honestly wasn't paying attention. Hi guys, welcome to Street Boys. This is a very poorly translated Japanese PS2 game. To give you an idea, if you go into the options and you don't change anything, it says don't set up. And consequently, if you go in there and you change something, it says set up to one's own way. I'm going to quickly go back and change it because I don't usually play vibrations on, but you know, it's pretty good. And also the soundtrack in this game is absolutely sick, so I'm going to load my save. So this is an NG Plus all stages run. So I'm going to play through every single area that we consider a stage. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So so now I am going in. So this is the first level. In this version, the name doesn't really fit in the box, but you know. So I'm going to enter this stage. It's more bad translation. The only way to get in is to get captured. Just to take. The only way to get in is to get captured. Okay, take off a weapon, quiet court, or I won't go. So yeah. So I'm going to go in. You ready? So in 3, 2, 1, go. Then all clapping in the background. Yeah, welcome to the this. I can't even remember what the name said, but the discrimination office. I'll call this level prison. So yeah, so this game's a beat 'em up, but we don't exactly play it like a beat 'em up. We kind of run past all the enemies, and what I'm doing here is I'm baiting this enemy to a door, jumping neutrally in front of the door, the wall without pressing any directions, and I get a nice little clip through there. So that clip saves time RTA, but not in IGT. Oh god. We timed this category via RTA because of all the map movement in between all the because of all the time on the map, and IGT doesn't count for that, so cool. In that computer room there's 5 switches. You have to hit the 3rd switch. There's no indication of which one you have to hit. You've just got to hit it. Alright, cool. So while I'm going into the next bit, so someone's just asked, what is this game about? This game's about a group of thugs that go to take on a bigger set of thugs. But in this category, we play it out of order. So as I said, this is NG+. The reason why we play on NG+ is because not only do we get to be max level, there's also equipment in this game, and some of the equipment we have on increases our movement speed. So we save minutes from just movement speed alone. So this is a boss. Yeah, that was a boss. And then I'm mashing jump and grab at the end of every level because it skips an animation that Jin, the main character, does, which loses about 5 to, I don't know the exact amount of time, but it loses time because he does a pose at the end and there's a song that plays. All that counts towards IGT and also just loses time RTA as well. Oh no. I'm going to switch to Mayuki. Go into the stage. So, I only use that partner that I was using Genji for the first level that we do, because the regular strats that we do using Mayuki doesn't work on that boss. I couldn't tell you why, we've not exactly worked it out, but that boss is kind of weird. Because he's more of an endgame boss, just her damage output just doesn't work. So I got to do the first bit of the stage again because there's 2 endings to this level. This happens a few times. So I just got to play through the first little bit again here. Oh, and also something interesting with that clip. There's actually the box to the right by that wall actually has a key in it. The key opens the handcuffs that you have on, but by just entering a loading screen and then coming out the other side, the game assumes that you picked up the key, so it just removes the handcuffs for you. So there's no detriment for doing that clip. Cool. So one other thing in this game is that the movement in this game is really jittery and really, really hard to control, because basically it doesn't really use any like dead zones or anything like that. So movement in this game, like sticking in a straight line, is really, really hard. So move over here. And that's another boss. Then do some mashing here just to get through that. Cool. So now we get to go on to the next level, which is Gurren Street. Gurren Street, like, unanimously, out of all the people that run this game, just has the best soundtrack. Also, in this game, you can move 2 directions at once on the map, so I use that in order to, like, turn corners on, like, the first pixel that I can. Okay, I forgot about that. There's no box there. Right, so now I get to use the true wooden katana. So the true wooden katana has the best strength in this game. It gives you plus 15. The strats that I'm going to be doing on the bosses and such, from now on, only really work because of the sword. There's only one instance where it doesn't make a difference. I failed that jump or whatever. Get out of my way. Okay, that's fine. That jump's kind of annoying to get. If you jump at the wrong time, or press the jump kick slightly too late, you miss it. So what I was trying to do there is I was trying to skip having to jump up the platforms by jump kicking right by it. And the jump kick gives you a tiny, tiny bit of height right at the end of your jump. So you can use that to reach higher platforms. I did it in the first level that I did. Of course, avoid those guys. The camera angle is also really weird in this game. You can't naturally control the camera. You can press L2 to reset it, but it's not very, very useful. Okay, that was really weird. Alright, so I gotta keep a straight line here. So after this cutscene that plays here, there is a big dude that you can run around. So you got to run like up left here, and then because of the angle I was at when I ended the cutscene, you can hold up left, and they can't catch you before you get to the end. Alright, cool. So in this room, I had to hold down right in order to get into the right direction, because otherwise you just walk into the wall. Sometimes the camera dictates where you move, but sometimes in camera changes, if you hold the direction that you were going and you hold it like super hardcore, like you develop like death grip on the controller, you will keep going in that direction, but you have got to like strain your thumb. Time for another boss. Alright, cool. So there's another ending in that stage, so I have to go into this level again. Hopefully I can get the boss strat in this stage, because the boss strat in this one's really, really cool. But I can't, since coming back to this game, I've been really, really inconsistent at it. So, hopefully I can nail it, because it is pretty cool if you get it. Alright, cool. So we get plugged into the soundtrack again. So to give more context to the boss strats that I've been doing, basically the way they really work is you time attacks at the same time as your partners. I failed it twice. Nice. Get out of my face. Whatever. It don't really matter. It just loses like 4 seconds to miss it. It doesn't really matter at all. So there's 3 guys here. When I avoid these 3 guys, I'm trying to not go too close to the bike, because the bike has like a ginormous hitbox, and you can get caught on it really, really easily, and obviously just lose time because you stop moving. Oh God. Cool. So camera changes here again. This one's the worst one. There we go. I nailed that. Back into the cutscene again. Oh look, I got it. Hell yeah, you can run around that loading zone and then go around the back of it. It loses time, but it just looks really cool. There's like a tiny seam that you can squeeze in behind the back of it. I just want to try and show that off. It's always kind of cool to show that. You can like go behind the loading trigger. There is a wall like right at the back of there, but you can go behind it. Right, so this is the first instance of guys that throw Molotovs. They're kind of annoying. If they hit you, you get knocked down and you lose your sword. So if you see me jumping, it's because I feel that I'm slightly unsafe. Jump kick there. So the jump kick there just pushes me up a tiny little bit. So there's a camera change here. Go around it. here. So there's a nice little lens flare that comes in a second here. Okay, please get up there. That lens flare. Right, so this boss strat's kind of hard. Hopefully I get it. Oh, I nailed it. So that one differs to the strats that I was doing before. So the strats I was doing before were based around using the charge attack, but that one, the third hit of your combo with the sword or the fist, it just has multiple hitboxes for the entire animation. So you can use that and time it at the same time as a super, your partner's super, and what that will do is that will just chain the damage together and completely destroy health bars. So now this is Hospital. Hospital's entire premise is you're meant to go click a bunch of buttons and open doors and stuff. But now I'm just click through the first one. You're meant to go all the way around and press buttons to open red and blue doors. We're going to press none of these buttons. So I'm going to go around here. Actually, I'm trying to stick in a straight line, so I'm going to try and bait these towards the end here. Thank you. That was fine. I got quite far, which wasn't too bad. Get out of my face. Right, so females. When you're clipping with the females, their angles have to be a bit more precise than the males, so there we go. With a male, you can just throw them anywhere by the door, and they'll go. Yeah, so not only are there there's jump clipping, you can also do wall clipping. Throw clipping. So by throwing enemies against walls and holding the direction that the wall is, you can clip through walls through specific walls in this game. So the way we worked that out is any wall that so walls that you can throw enemies through, you can more than likely clip through them in some way, and we've worked out clips for a lot of them, even the more inconsistent ones. So right, I picked up a Thug monthly magazine there, which fills up my super gauge. So right now I'm going to do a safe strat, which is the team super here. This just automatically kills all the enemies in the area. So next we go on to Subway. So now I'm going to do more multiple direction map movement. So I hold right and up there. I held right on the D-pad, up on the stick. The stick tends to take precedence over whatever's being pressed. So I use the stick for the main direction that I want to be going, and the D-pad for the other directions that need to be held. Go around these guys. So this level's bad because there's a bunch of thugs on bikes. The bikes are one of the worst enemies in this game. I'll complain about Molotov guys as well, but bike guys are just as bad. Their hitboxes are deceptively large. They appear and they'll drive at you. So I'm gonna avoid them by jumping. If you really want to YOLO this, you can run past all of them, but you've got to have spectacular lines. Well, that was a really good pickup there. So I pick up this hit max for the boss of this stage. It's just nice that there's one. Oh my god, that was so silly. There's literally no way I could have avoided that, but whatever. I'm just going to not have a sword for the boss. So I'm going to lose a bit of time there. Whatever. Go around the big thugs. Yeah, so as simple as this run looks, some of the strats can be kind of volatile with how your strength works. Right. Okay, so she's gonna be. She's gonna. I guess she's not gonna do her super. Whatever. So usually what happens in this room is you bait one of the little guys by the door and you can click through the door. But they both went straight for Mayuki. There's not much you can do there, it's just something that happens. Cool. So I got a weapon though, which can make the boss a little bit easier, but it's not really that much better. Jump over that dude. That dude sometimes doesn't like throw in your direction. These guys are a bit annoying because they can throw behind you before they hit each other. Okay, get up, that's fine. Right, so there's another room full of enemies that I need to go through, which is down here. But luckily you can just click through the door at the back and go straight through the next door to the next area. So go around here. Oh, please. There you go. That just took forever because they were stood next to each other. So yeah, so there we go. Right, this room's kind of annoying because the camera switches to the right and you've kind of got to run past everything. So I'm trying to bait the enemies into specific directions, then going around them. This room here, you can pretty much just hold right until the very end. There's no enemies in here. But the camera switches back about now. Then you have to hold forward because otherwise you run into the wall. Cool. That menu there that pops up for bosses says the enemy stench is stronger than usual. Then it says, let's do this, or wait a minute, or something. Okay, that was silly. Whatever. So this is Joe. Get off the lock on. Okay. I need to hit him with one more jump kick, and then I can... There we go. That should be fine. Oh no, he's gonna stare down now. There we go, I got him. Oh, that was scary. So the reason why I got scared there is because what I'm trying to do on like all of these bosses is I'm trying to skip a kind of a desperation move. We call it a stare down. You will probably see one on one of the later bosses because the stare down skip on it is basically RNG if you get it or not. So hopefully that one actually goes well, but that one is one I don't really plan on hoping to get. So this is high school. So this is the first time we're going into the stage. We're going to go into the stage twice like we have been for a number of stages. So I need to collect keys from the big thugs. I don't know what hit me. I have no idea what hit me there. Whatever. I don't have a sword anymore, which is kind of bad, but whatever. Luckily, you don't need a sword for the boss in this stage, so it's just going to make the middle of the stage a little bit slow. I have no idea what hit me there. People are already memeing about the 24. I'm not doing the 24 strat because it's not worth the time loss. If I miss it, it's two like 3-frame inputs that I'm not consistent at. So, dude, everyone's saying get the 24. Nah, bro, that ain't happening. Even if I went for the strat, I wouldn't get it because it's all dependent on the Molotov guys. Yeah, I'm gonna disappoint all of you. I don't even care. Thank you. Yeah, so one punch into Super will still kill them. The middle one, Mikey, didn't spawn fast enough, so that's why that happened. There we go, Ninja. You get it. Dude, get the 180. Hell yes. Oh god, I was on the wrong direction. 24 is the world record for the revisit of this stage. And if you weren't at ESA Summer, you won't understand the meme. Alright, cool. So we're coming up on the boss of this stage now. So yeah, so this entire stage was go up the stairs, get 3 keys, and then go back down the stairs to enter a door on the first floor. Right, so you don't need a sword for this stage because we use Mayuki's super for all of it. Oh, and then the first thing she decides to do is like not play ball. That's fine, that's fine. This is going to be a 5 cycle now. Oh, this is going to be even worse than a 5 cycle now because she's not playing ball. I have to punch enemies. Whatever. Is gonna do it now? No? No? Is that it? Is that all of them? Yeah, so what you're meant to do there is you're meant to do 5 supers and then the fight just ends, but she did the wrong move there. She has 2 moves that she can go for whenever you press the button to call her. She just did the wrong one there. Here we go. Revisit now.
Get it 24.
Shut up, Hawk. Alright, here we go. Get around these guys. That was an okay Molotov dodge. Those guys can throw in any order that they want, so you know, you gotta react to them. Oh please, I dropped my input. It went even worse, that's a 27. It dropped my input because I pressed too early. That's the classic. That's a nice easy stage. Right, so by me saying it dropped my input, so the way this game works is whenever you're attacking, it's your attack animation. I think when you hit an enemy, it's something like 36 or 7 frames. On the 38th frame, or the frame after your attack animation is finished, there is a dead frame where if you input anything or do anything, nothing will come out, and then the frame afterwards you can input stuff. So I just inputted on the wrong frame there. And before you say I'm making it up, Qatar tasked it, and that's what you found out. I just pressed my button way too early. So hopefully I can get this clip. So there's a clip on go for here. Get around these guys. Hell yeah, I got that clip. I didn't even do a setup for it, I just did the YOLO version. This is the worst stage sometimes. That was a really, really good fight there. Come on, thank you. Right, cool. So this stage is going beautifully thus far. Yeah, basically ninja. Because I'm 2 frame perfect. Oh yeah, best part about this stage is if you hold forward in this room, oh the lag, oh, the lag actually loses time, RTA, so you know, and IGT. I just thought, you know, you got to see some good old lag there. I don't know why it lags there. There's nothing loaded, but if you just hold forward in that room specifically, it lags. Alright, cool. So shout outs to War Drums for finding the strat for this boss, because he turned this boss from an absolute terrible boss into like one of the most consistent bosses in the game. Alright, so now I'm going to go use my super here. So what this does is this gets a counter hit, so it actually hits the bosses multiple times. So the super basically eviscerates one entire health bar on both those bosses and gets basically a free stare down skip. Alright, cool. So next is Harbour. Harbour is my least favourite stage in this game. It starts off with bikes and a bunch of Molotov guys, and then you got to do some platforming, and then you got to do the worst stare down skip in the run. So hopefully this goes well. The bikes are kind of annoying. I just have to avoid them. There we go. Oh. Managed to get by them there. Usually if I get hit by the first set, I will just restart the stage. Right. And during that entire section, I was holding forward there when the camera changed on me. Around here, around here. So that's where we get some platforming now, because there's an entire maze that you're meant to do here. But by just positioning yourself about here, there we go. Nailed that. You can just do some platforming to get around it. There is a slightly harder jump that you can go for there, but I'm not very good at it, so I don't really risk going for it. It saves about 5 seconds if you get it there. 3, 4. So I'm trying to basically make it so these guys die on Mayuki's super. Because then they get a faster animation getting knocked down by Mayuki. I'm going to throw my sword. We'll no longer need it. Then the door opens. Alright, cool. So this is the harbour boss. You throw barrels at this guy and have to throw them in a very, very specific order. In a very, very specific way, or this strat doesn't work. And my timing's already gone. Oh, this is bad. Whatever, I'm probably going to get a stare down here. Yeah, there we go. So this is what a stare down looks like. You have a stare down competition with whoever you're fighting against. What happened there is I whiffed one of my grabs, so my timing was all messed up there. And then when they're stunned from getting stare down, they take double the damage, so... Yeah, press buttons. By press buttons, it means press circle a lot. Cool, so now we're going into the final stage. So this final stage is quite a long one, so...
So can I do things?
Yeah, you can do some things.
Sweet. All right, we got a $20 donation from Jackhearts195 saying, Shin is a tough-looking street boy, trapped in a prison for no apparent reason. With the help of his sidekick, Ginji, the two street boys break through security and escape. The hunt for Hell Black Heaven boss, Guki, is now on. Shin will take out anyone and anything in his way to hunt down Guki.
There we go. That's just the story of this video game. With all the names, and all the character names are just completely wrong.
Completely wrong.
Which is the best part.
Yep, we also got a $10 donation from Big the Dave saying, Pavement Gentleman. And then finally, we got a $30 donation from Pollister saying, gotta get that stealth kill showcase and Street Boys!
Street Boys!
Because of course they had to say that.
You have to say it.
Indeed. And just putting that through just now, actually, if I can just quickly check the bids, we are currently sitting at $130 out of 200. So we only need $70 more for the stealth kill showcase. That will happen at the end of the run, so this bid can stay open throughout the entirety of Tenchu coming up. It'd be really good if we could meet that. And just as a bit of a side note here, Ayami is once again in the lead with $20 over Rikimaru, who is currently at $5, which means Jackahars isn't getting his wish right now because Rikimaru is losing.
Not like this.
Not like this, indeed. But no, thank you all for your donations. Do please keep them coming in.
Alright, cool. So, yeah, this stage you get a jump clip at the start, and I'm pretty much just running through the rest of this stage. There's a lot of white in this stage, there's a lot of walls. Knowing where to go can be kind of confusing. So, luckily I've pretty much memorized the route that I go, so. Here you gotta hold right. This turn here you gotta hold down, whip around, then go down here. There we go. Right, so now we skip straight to floor like 50. So more Molotov guys. Oh my word. And they are throwing him at me. Right, so this level actually has two ways you can go through it. So I'm gonna do the fast way. So you can either go grab a lift key and skip straight from floor 51 to the final floor, or you can go do like 10 floors of fights. So the door to the left of me here, if you walk near it, a box comes up saying, are you sure you want to go this way? Or something like that. It's like, yeah dude, I want to do all these fights, but no, I'm just going to pick up the key and then go. So now I gotta go past the Molotov guys again. Yeah, Ark has a 24, don't worry about it. His video has me saying it's not a 24 when it was. Right, cool. So we're coming up on the final boss. And time is on the fade out after I've killed it. So I will call that at the right time. Hopefully I get this boss strat because I'm real bad at this one as well. For the guy who has world record in this category, I'm actually terrible at some of these strats. You just get the one run where you nail the strat. Ah, that didn't really work, but whatever. Whatever. I mistimed my hit there. So Mayuki did her super a little bit earlier than what I was expecting, so that's fine. So you get another stare down, guys, don't worry about it. It's a bit easier on myself, I'm going to grab this. And then he'll come towards me in a second. And then I can just get him. So time's when I call it. And time. So that was Street Boys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to play this masterful game, we have a leaderboard, we have a Discord, we've even got a score sheet like the Elite.net have for it as well. So you know, if you want to get your ILs up there, you can get up there. So yeah, so sub 30 is actually really good in this category. Hopefully I'll get to Street Boys again, but next time IRL, so we can actually get some hype Street Boys like from the crowd. But you know, until then, Street Boys. Until then, I will catch you next time and enjoy Jack's run. I've seen the game before and it is cool. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.